Have you ever felt like you're stuck on a treadmill, working harder and harder but never really getting ahead financially? You're not alone. It often feels like the game is rigged, like there's some kind of invisible system designed to keep us running in circles. Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and talk about what I call the financial system trap. But more importantly, we're going to talk about how to break free. So, what is this trap? It starts subtly, right from the moment we enter the workforce. We're taught a very specific script. Go to school, get a good job, work hard, save money, buy a house, and retire. Sounds reasonable, right? But let's look closer. The core of this script is trading our time for money. We work 40, 50, even 60 hours a week for a paycheck. And what happens to that paycheck? A huge chunk goes to taxes, right off the top. Then come the expenses. Rent or mortgage, car payments, student loans, credit card bills. Before we know it, most of our hard-earned money is gone, flowing back into the very system we're working for. This is the first layer of the trap, the endless cycle of earning and spending. We're so busy just trying to keep up that we rarely have the time or energy to think about how to actually get ahead. Then there's the debt component. From a young age, we're encouraged to take on debt. Student loans to get an education, car loans to get to work, mortgages to own a home, and credit cards for everything in between. Debt is sold to us as a tool for a better life, a way to have things now that we can't afford. But what it really is a chain. Each monthly payment is a link in that chain, tying us to our jobs and limiting our freedom. Miss a payment, and the consequences can be severe, adding stress and fear to our lives. This keeps us compliant, showing up to a job we might not even like just to service the debt. Now let's talk about the safe advice we get. Save your money in a bank. For generations, this was seen as the responsible thing to do. But in today's world, it's one of the sneakiest parts of the trap. Think about inflation. Inflation is the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising, and subsequently, purchasing power is falling. If your savings account is paying you 1% interest, but inflation is running at 3%, you're actually losing 2% of your money's value every single year. Your money is sitting there, slowly melting away like an ice cube on a summer day. You're playing by the rules, being responsible, but you're still losing the game. The system is designed to benefit borrowers, not savers. Who is the biggest borrower of them all? Governments and large corporations. So we work hard, pay our taxes, service our debts, and try to save, only to watch our savings lose value. It can feel incredibly disheartening, like we're just cogs in a giant machine designed to enrich others. We trade our most valuable asset, our time, for money that is constantly being devalued. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's just an observation of how the modern financial world operates. But here's the good news. Recognizing the trap is the very first step to escaping it. The moment you understand the rules of the game, you can start to play it differently. You can stop being a pawn and start becoming a player. The goal is to shift from being a consumer and a debtor to being an owner and an investor. So how do we do that? The key is financial education. This is the one subject they don't teach us in school, but it's the most important one for our financial lives. We need to learn the language of money. We need to understand assets and liabilities. In simple terms, an asset is something that puts money in your pocket, and a liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. The traditional path tells us to buy liabilities we think are assets, like a fancy car, or even our primary residence if we're not careful. The path to freedom is about acquiring assets. What are these assets? They can be businesses, real estate that generates rental income, stocks in profitable companies, or other investments that produce cash flow or appreciate in value over time. Instead of just working for money, you start making your money work for you. Imagine earning money while you sleep, while you're on vacation, while you're spending time with your family. That's the power of owning assets. Your money is no longer just sitting in a bank losing value. It's out in the world, working around the clock to build your wealth. Let's break down the escape plan into actionable steps. First, you have to get control of your cash flow. You need to know exactly where your money is going. Track your income and expenses for a month. You'll be amazed at what you find. This isn't about depriving yourself of everything you enjoy. It's about being intentional with your spending. Cut out the things that do not bring you real value and redirect that money towards your freedom fund. Second, attack your high interest debt. Things like credit card debt are an emergency. The interest rates are so high that they act like an anchor, dragging you down financially. Create a plan to pay it off as aggressively as possible. Every dollar you send to a credit card company is a dollar you can't use to invest in your future. Third, and this is crucial, start investing. And I'm not just talking about your company's retirement plan, though that's a good start, especially if there's a match. I'm talking about actively learning about and acquiring assets. Start small. Maybe it's buying your first share of an index fund that tracks the entire stock market. Maybe it's pooling money with friends to invest in a small rental property. Maybe it's starting a small side hustle that you can eventually grow into a full-fledged business. The key is to start. Don't wait until you're an expert. You learn by doing. The knowledge you gain from your first small investment is more valuable than months of just reading about it. This journey requires a mindset shift. You have to stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like an owner. An employee asks, "How much will you pay me?" An owner asks, "How can I create value and build equity?" You have to embrace calculated risks instead of seeking false security. The safe path of just having a job is actually one of the riskiest paths today because you have zero control. You can be laid off tomorrow. When you own the assets, you are in control of your own financial destiny. This isn't an overnight process. Building real wealth and escaping the financial trap takes time, discipline, and continuous learning. There will be ups and downs. You'll make mistakes, but every mistake is a learning opportunity. The system is designed to keep you passive and compliant. Breaking free means becoming active, curious, and a little bit rebellious. It means questioning the conventional wisdom and forging your own path. It all starts with a decision that you are no longer going to be a pawn in the game. You are going to learn the rules, change your strategy, and start winning. You have the power to redesign your financial life. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Start today. Read a book. Watch a seminar. Talk to someone who's already done it. Take that first small step towards financial freedom. You deserve it. Thanks for watching today. If this message resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on how to take control of your financial future. Let me know in the comments what your first step is going to be. See you in the next video.